Hello and welcome back to another Star Citizen video, and today's video is relatively shorter and a little bit juicier because we have XenoThreat and Alien Week. Alright, it's nice. It's nice, but also a very big disclaimer because it's Alien Week. A lot of ships here that I'm gonna put on the video. It is gonna be slightly a little bit more expensive because it's Alien, air quotes. And of course, there's a big PSA. You do not need to buy any of this shit other than a starter pack. But at the same time, I want to talk a little bit about the starter pack that we're gonna have for Alien Week. It is interesting, but it is one of those packs that I can easily say skip. All right. So before I begin, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and help this channel grow. And let's check out XenoThreat and Alien Week. So the first thing is that we have XenoThreat is back. All right, this is a game mode within, not say game mode, this is a event, a limited time event in Star Citizen, whereby you're gonna fight with big fleets, especially you're gonna fight with an Idris. Not so sure if they're gonna pump out a Javelin for you to fight. You get to see some Javelin action, that was the previous XenoThreat, but you definitely get to see some Idris action, that's for sure, which is nice. And of course, with that, you get some cool stuff, and if you participate in the Overdrive initiative, you get a free cool armor, right? Probably just some emblem. Unfortunately, I did not play, so I don't get it, which is which is nice. Okay, this type of stuff, I'm cool. Right, you give players some cosmetic armor for the event, and that's great. All right, so as a token of appreciation, all volunteers who completed the final 2 Overdrive initiative mission, right, check the Moby Glass, you will be rewarded with a recovered set of XenoThreat medium armor. That is nice, right? That's nice. Free stuff, it's always good. And in this case, again, big PSA. We're gonna go to a part where we're gonna talk about ships, and you do not need to spend any money to buy the ships. All of them are purchasable in-game. You only need a starter pack. That's it. That's it, all right? For those who wants to complain about ship prices and whatnot, you can buy in game, so I don't see a big deal out of it. I know there are a few videos out there floating saying, why do we see an expensive, air quote again, DLC or package? And I mean very expensive, like tens of thousands of dollars, which is crazy. Yup. So again, you don't need to buy any of those, right? Next up is we're gonna see the XenoThreat mission. So phase 1, attack imminent. So this is where you get all your mission through your Moby Glass, and then during that you get a resupply run. That's the first mission. Resupply is very straightforward. You go to a few ships, collect stuff, and then bring it back to the port. And I've forgotten the port name. Was it Jericho? Yeah, it's gonna be it's not gonna be the usual ports that you land and spawn, right? It's a separate port. That's for sure. You're gonna the reason is you're gonna resupply the Javelin destroyer. Yeah, I didn't say anything about where it is, right? And last, once the Javelin is resupplied, that's where you get your final assault, and that's where you get to see the Idris, all right? And you get to pew with an Idris. No, not with. You get to pew. You get to destroy the Idris. Okay, what am I talking about? But then again, Idris, it's only on XenoThreat. I thought Idris will be available on. I'm not so sure. See, I've not been in the game because I have a potato PC, and that's why if you want to support, like, subscribe. That's the whole idea. And because of my potato PC, I can't play. The last time normal bounty hunting, I think it's a hammerhead. I don't remember facing an Idris unless they updated. Right? If they updated, then great, you get to face an Idris, but XenoThreat, you get to face more than one Idris, which is nice. And now we're gonna go to the ship sale. Now before we go to any of the ship sale, big PSA, you do not need to buy any of this ship with real money. So with that, we're gonna go a quick one. Avenger Titan, $60. This is the best starter ship out there for its price tag, and that's about it. All right. Crusader C1 Spirit, not bad. It's actually the next best ship other than the Cutlass Black. The only difference is the C1 Spirit is more expensive. That's it. And now we're gonna look at the Constellation Andromeda, my favorite ship before other bigger ship comes into play. Yeah, the Constellation Andromeda was I think is, and still, no, was the poster child for space exploration back then, right? There's a commercial for the Andromeda, not Andromeda, the Aquila, right? The Constellation Aquila, and because of that commercial, it suckered me a little bit into big ships. And then when I flew it for the first time, love it, love it, love it, love it. Next up, we have the Eclipse, $300, easy skip. It's a bomber, it's a stealth bomber. There's a better bomber out there with a cheaper price tag. The F7C Hornet Mark II. Now this, we have moved on to the Mark II series for the Hornet, $175. This is a little bit more expensive, but no, not but. And also, it is a little bit better than the base Mark 1 Hornet. So, okay, that's cool. Next up, we have the M2 Hercules. Now, the M2 Hercules, in my opinion, is the most useless ship for space pew-pew. Especially for XenoThreat. The M2 Hercules is just pointless, in my opinion. The only good part, the only salvageable part for the M2 Hercules, because it's a Hercules chassis. So it can carry the most amount of loot, but this is the M2, so it's less than the C2. Yeah, and the price tag is $520. Ugh. Yeah, they need a ground assault event for us to fully utilize the M2 Hercules or the A2 Hercules, the bomber variant. Right now for XenoThreat, yeah, it's literally useless. You have better ships out there, okay? Next up, we have the Reclaimer. Now, the Reclaimer is a salvaging ship. It is nice that they put it up on sale, but for XenoThreat, because there's no mini game on the event that has salvaging, so this ship is like, But at the same time, after a battle, now that's where you can bring out the Reclaimer. So maybe that's why they put this up, right? Yep. Okay. Anyway, the Reclaimer is one of my favorite ships because once I knew who did it, the concept, not the 3D art, but the concept, I actually got excited. Yeah, dig a little bit of history about the Reclaimer, but that's a whole nother video, a whole nother topic by itself. Next up, we have the Reliant Tana. This is a nice optional choice for you to bring into the XenoThreat event, which is nice. But again, I would say buy it in game. Yeah, don't bother spending $75 because $75 you can get a little bit better ships. Can you get better ship? The Avenger Titan is better. No, if you're gonna spend $75, there are better ships. Okay, yeah. But the Reliant Tana is actually a very good ship. Would I spend $75 on it? No. Next up, we have the Retaliator. This is the go-to bomber ship that I will recommend because right now it's modular. And yeah, and I think I'm due to put up a Retaliator video, which is gonna come out after this. Just in time. Nice, the Retaliator, and he has a special upgrade offer. Next up, we have the Scorpius Antares. Now, the Antares is a weird ship. I don't know how to recommend because it's not really, it is basically a fighter, but it swap out its pew for supporting subsystem, I will put it this way, right? EMP and interdiction, which is in general useless for PvE event. PvP, maybe you will see some use, but PvE, nah. And next up, we have the Vanguard Harbinger, $290. This is a bomber variant. Vanguard Hoplite, right? This is the dropship variant. Sentinel, the interdiction. I'll call this the EMP version instead, rather call it interdiction. And lastly, the base Vanguard Warden. Now, the Vanguard series, regardless of which version you pick, it is still the best, in my opinion. the best PvE fighter. Okay, some people argue, you know what, Constellation is better, Corsair is better. Now, those ships are a little bit different, right? A little bit different. The Vanguard series is the tried and true fighter in this case, and it is the best in my opinion, right? Yeah, it can do a lot of things, and it has a lot of firepower as well. So, you know what, I think it's good. Good. It actually is the top of my list anyway. Okay. Next up, we have the voucher, right? So if we have the reclaimer, we need the voucher. This is a single-seated. Do note the reclaimer is a multi-crew ship. It's soloable, but not efficient. Okay? And I will still say, even though it's multi-crew, it is nicer to have big ships and bring your friends along to play. But of course, if you have only multi-crew ships, yeah, that's a little bit painful, right? But I like, right? Personally, I like. Usually, I will have at least one single. Okay, before we move on to the next part, right? I was about to say, you only need the starter ship. But of course, down the line, you will buy lots and lots of ship by playing the game. So at the end of the day, you will graduate to more bigger multi-crew ship. But at the same time, I'm sure you will have at least one or two single pilot ships tucked in your hangar. And in this case, that's where the Vanguard Warden comes in, right? If you don't have a lot of friends to that is online, or you want to play solo, bring up the Warden, bring up the Constellation, no problem. If you have friends to play around on the same time, if you want to do salvaging, the Reclaimer can do the job. And if you are playing solo, just bring out voucher, right? Just buy it in game. Simple as that. Next up, we're going to move on to Alienweek. Now, Alienweek is interesting, right? And it is kind of interesting as well. Yeah, and it's together with XenoThreat, which is nice. But this is the part where I'm going to put a very, 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 very big disclaimer. Anything alien in Star Citizen, it's usually overpriced for its value, right? You can get cheaper ship with the same performance compared to Alien. That's that. So you can test flight, which is nice, right? Backers with access to persistent universe can try out 4 Xeon conversion through the Alienweek. So this round, Alienweek, we are only focusing on Xeons. Xeon, right? Xeon. That's how I'm going to pronounce. So Xeon is an alien race in Star Citizen, one of the alien race in Star Citizen. And Xeon is oh great. Okay, let's go. Let's see if I can remember without reading too much. All right, so we have the Vandal. Vandal is your classic tribal hunter enemy alien for Star Citizen. Xeon, I think is it Turtle? Okay, Xeon Banu. Okay, that's another one. Okay, I only remember them as a Taverin. All right, so Taverin is bird. Xeon is, yeah, more and, yeah, turtley. Turtley because of this Suelen. Gattack Suelen. So Suelen is very turtley. Yes. All right, so start off with Gattack Suelen, one of the... Actually, no, I won't say D because that's the only starter ship for Alien. And it's actually not bad, right? The price tag is actually not bad for an alien ship, right? It's a starter ship, versatile, cutting edge, light cargo capabilities. Next up, we have the Apoa Santok EI. So this is a dual vector thruster, one of basically the best maneuverability for a medium fighter. Question is it good? The Apoa Katual is technically a light fighter, or rather it started off as a light fighter, but they changed up a little bit, which is good. Now it becomes a scout. Yeah, I think it really needs the change though, because light fighter, this is way too expensive, but once it changed to a scout fighter, which means better armaments, okay, you know what, that's cool. And of course, both of this ship, right, the Santok Yai and the Katual has a transforming chassis, which I like. Right, I like all these vertical ships, right? Give me vertical ships, I love it. And next up, we have the Apoa Nox. This is a vehicle, and vehicle usually I say skip. So let's move on to what do we have? Warbot Banu Merchantman. Ooh, I'm still waiting for the day they release a Banu Merchantman no, they did release. I need more. I need more because Banu Merchantman. Okay, I'm not gonna go too deep in it, but my Banu Merchantman is one of those ships that actually the first ship that I upgraded to the how do I put it this way? Oh no, I totally forgotten that sentence. I'm gonna come back to the Banu Merchantman. All right, before we go there. All right, so we have the Apoa Santopia, which is nice. Isperia Glaive. Now this is a game mode exclusive, which means you need to complete a Vandal Swarm in the arena. In the arena in the game before you can buy. Even if you completed it, it is too expensive. $350. Yeah, that's why I say alien ships are way, way too expensive. But look at that. It looks like, birds of prey if you know Star Trek. Next up, we have pain and whatnot. We don't need. As much as I like it, right, we don't need. So, for this particular Alien Week, we have a special Alien Week starter pack. And this is the first time. In fact, this is one of those times where I can easily say, you know what? It's skippable. $72 is a lot of money. Again, a lot of money. All right, what do you get? You get the Swalen Pain. You got 1 pain, 2 pain. You got the Star Citizen digital download. You get a suit. You got a helmet. Starting money 20,000 AUAC. Oh, 2 years. 2 years insurance. Okay. Okay, yeah. $72, save 15%. No. This is the first time I will say it's an easy skip. For one reason only. You can get cheaper for $45. Okay, that's how I put it. That's it. So in this case, yeah. The Xian Experience Pack 500. Wow, no. Alien Gear, no. The rest of it, no. So we're going to move on to the ship. All right, we're going to check the price tag before we end the video. Blade 275. Light fighter. The Banu Defender, this is actually not bad. $220. This one's a little bit better compared to the Blade, but still, you can almost get a Vanguard. Right? You almost can get a Vanguard, which is, yeah. And the Vanguard is much better than the Defender. Truth to be told, right? Next up, we have the Glaive, $350. There we go. No, I'm not going to go too much on it. Kartu R170 Light Fighter, but it is not Light Fighter per se, but still 170. Yeah, crazy. Now, right now, do you have the Merchantman? This is a heavy freighter. Now, this is a special ship. It is technically the cheapest ship right now to have a bazaar. Right, that's only 2 ships, okay? The Merchantman and the Kraken Pioneer. That's only have shops, and that's one of the main reason why I put a little bit money on the Merchantman. Now, of course, the Merchantman has went up in price a lot. Right, a lot. It's like the Carrack. The Carrack was cheap back then. Now it's like $600. Same goes to the Merchantman. Merchantman was cheap back then. Well, when I say cheap, it's not cheap, but it is almost double the price now compared to its introductory offer. Yup. Next up, vehicle, easy skip. This is a glorified alien dropship, $440. There are better dropships out there, namely the Valkyrie. Next up, we have the Raylan. Now, this one, I would say, I don't know yet. $225. This is technically within the range of the constellation Taurus. And extra $25, can it carry the same amount as the Taurus? If the answer is yes, the Raylan is technically a little bit better pick because it's alien and I like it. Plus, it's in concept, so this one will go up in price. That's for sure. Okay, if you're just looking at cargo hauling. Now, if you're talking about usability, the Taurus is still way better, even if the Raylan can carry equal amount of cargo or a little bit better, because the Taurus have better weapons. That's about it, yeah. And that's why I say usually they have a cheaper counterpart, right? Aliens are usually more expensive. Next up, we have the Santok Yai, $240 is a medium fighter. Now this one, the closest thing is the Aegis and the Super Hornet. Still cheaper. Those two ships are still cheaper. The Santok Yai is still more expensive, $240. But if we compare the Santok Yai to the Scorpius or maybe the Hurricane, but those are two pilot ships, so technically we cannot do. Yeah, we can't compare. Unfortunately, we can't compare. Nope. Next up, we have the Suilan, $70. This is a starter ship. This is the only alien starter ship that we have right now that is under $100, and I think it's okay. It's okay, but no. All right, no. If you want to buy this with real money, yeah, I couldn't recommend. Truth to be told, I couldn't recommend now. Previously, when it has LTI token or LTI perk, then that's easy. But now, no. So, I'm sad. All right, next up, this is one of my favorite ships out there. Right, it is the Talent. The Talent is more pew pew, right? That means better weapon hard point. The Talent Strike, this is what I got. The Talent Strike is a missile bird. And the reason why I like the Talent is it's right now the most unique ship, alien ship out there. All right. And at the same time, yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I love it. I love it. Is it worth the money, $115? No. No. I'll say out straight out, no. $115, you can pick the Gladius and it is way better. Way better. If you don't want the Gladius, you can also pick the Buccaneer, which is also way better, in my opinion. But the Terran, I mean, for an alien ship, if I want to own an alien ship, the Talon is one of those ships that I don't mind picking up. The Suilan is actually another ship that I don't mind picking up. Santok Yai, slightly a bit back. Yeah. Raylan, I don't mind picking up. Prowler, I love to have it, but no, the price tag says no. And of course, the Merchantman. And with that being said, right, another PSA, all this ship you do not need to buy with real money. All of them are purchasable in-game. If it's flight ready, yes. If it's in concept, no. And with that, I would say the Merchantman, because of the traveling bazaar, air quote, right? I won't say speculation because we do not know how market works in game at the moment. The reason why I get the Merchantman is it has actually a lot of check boxes. Number one, it is alien. Number two, it's technically a blockade runner back then, but now they changed a little bit, so I don't know what's gonna happen. And number three, it is the cheapest ship again back then and still now. A bazaar, a market ship, which means you can open up your shop or you can hire NPC to take up any of the shop space in your ship. That's it. These are the three things. $650, would I recommend this? No. Please do the CCU game, all right? Please do the CCU. For those veteran players, CCU game. For those who are new to the video, it is the Warborn upgrade. Check out some of my older videos, you get to see it. Right? How do I get expensive ship for cheap or cheaper price tag? Right? It's not cheap. Again, I must digress. Right? People will come at me and say, spending $650 for a game, I'm an idiot. The answer is yes. Yes, you should not throw $650 for an internet spaceship, let alone JPEG. That was a joke, right? That was a joke and still is the joke. And people are furious about that, which is, in my opinion, all this are going to the development of Star Citizen and of course to help fund Star Citizen. But Star Citizen has reached $700 million. Okay, I've checked up above that already. So it is one of those questions out there. It's like, why is this game taking so much money to make? That's it. That's it. I won't say it's a tough question, but it is a fair question. Now, before we really end, we have an alien week. All right. So we have a special. Can you crack the code? So I'm going to show you. The code is Holland. Right. And what do you get? You get an Alien Week 2954 challenge coin. And that's about it. It's just a coin. It's just a coin. With that being said, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button and help this channel grow. Again, you do not need to buy any of this ship with real money. You only need a starter pack. And last but not least, if you want to help this channel out, I would try to bring you more Star Citizen news. And of course, I need to upgrade my potato PC. So help me out by like and subscribe to my channel and help it grow. Right? Help it. Yeah. When would I reach 1,000? Probably I need to start doing giveaways, right? Until then, I will see you in the verse and fly safe.